What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I am your host, Will Shark, and welcome to the Week 8 Stats Show. This week was just filled with a lot of interesting games. We had a few teams that made it to the playoffs. One team actually clinched their division, and this upcoming week is just going to have, really a lot of, record-setting games, and it's either teams will make the playoffs this week or they're gonna make it next week. So it's really it's coming down to these last 2 weeks, and we're winding down the regular season, getting on the playoffs. It's already that time. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So of course we're starting off with the Fried Division first. BLZ had their third loss in a row. This time it was against Lost. It was a really tough game for them. Lost had their starters playing for them, so it was definitely a pretty hard game. But BLZ is still on top at 5-3. Moving down, we have EXL. EXL got their, I believe, third or second win in a row. They will move to 4-4, and they are actually now number 2 because they beat CNQ. CNQ obviously was on the losing end of that game, and they lost 4-1, and that brings their record down to 4-4. So they are in the possible position to not make the playoffs, but luckily BLZ is only 1 win ahead as opposed to maybe 2 or even 3. So there is definitely still a chance, and I think there's always room to just push and try and play your heart out. And then finally we have Lost VPLZ, like I said, which fixed their undefeated or their winless record of 0-7. Now they are 1-7, so that means that they are ending the winless streaks. So we now have all 16 teams have at least 1 win. So that's really good. I'm really happy to see that. Next up, we have the Boyle Division. MFA gonna get another win, this time against SSL. They are now 7-1, and they have been in the playoffs for 2 weeks now. But they're gonna be playing, I believe, BBUC this week. That's going to be an extremely good game. Everybody make sure to come and watch that. Hopefully it's going to get out on our Twitch. But yeah, come and watch. It's going to be an insane game. Then we have Rod. Rod got another win, this time against E2G. E2G replacing FTE from their sad record of, I believe, 2-5. So they are now 5-3, and they do clinch a playoff spot, which means that this division is locked down, and it's going to be Mafia versus Ride or Die Clan in the first round of playoffs. That's going to be a very good game. Make sure to come watch it. E2G being the losing team in that game against ROD. They are now 2-6. SSL lost to Mafia, which means they are 1-7. SSL has been knocked out for 2 weeks. So they are possibly going to be moving down to our pre-league, which is, it's still a very good league. There's a lot of good clans in that league, but of course it is the pre-league. Hopefully we will see them again, but it's sad, but it is what it is. Next we have the Poach Division in the Shell Conference. BBUC and Ace both clinched. BBUC remaining as the number 1 seed for the second week in a row at 6-2. They beat BL this week, sorry. And Ace beat Axe this week. These are very good games. Lots of great matchups. BBUC, of course, could very well possibly be the number 1 seed, despite having the same record as Ace, so they might actually be both 8-2. We'll find out week 10. Ace winning a great matchup against Axe. They came out 4-0, I believe. They're going to be moving to the playoffs. So that means it's A's versus BBUC once again. They played 2 weeks ago in an intense game. BBUC did win that game, so let's see if BBUC could repeat it again. Point is, it's going to be a very good game, and I'm super excited and stoked to get to see the outcome. Axe being the losing one against Ace, they moved to 4-4. So close to clinching the playoffs, but not quite getting the cigar. They are going to be knocked out along with VL. Moving on to the final division we have is the Scramble division. Aries, no surprise, they won another game. They are 8-0. They played a pretty intense game against TL. They did win 4-0, but TL did put up a very good fight, getting the most kills out of any other team versus Aries. They will be clinching the division, and if they win this next game, that means they clinch the entire conference. And then if they win Week 10, that means they clinch the entire league. They are the number 1 seed. Sadly, they were not the number 1 seed for all 10 weeks, or really all 8 weeks. But they were number 1 seed starting back in, I believe, week 3 or 4. I don't exactly remember. Dirt sadly lost, I believe, their second in a row, and they moved to 5-3. Dirt did disband, which means that they are going to just forfeit every single game from here on out. We don't have enough time to really replace any teams, so Dirt is sadly going to be moving out. It's tough, but, that's life. That's the way it is. Dirt was a very good team, had some amazing players like Intellect, Cheetah, sadly quit Shell. Intellect might be finding a new home, but I think Intel is actually going to be playing a pre-league for this season. So we will certainly see. Intel was definitely an MVP candidate, sadly no longer. But it is what it is. TL sadly did lose against Aries. It was a tough game. They could have won their 4th straight game and become 4-4. They do have to win out in order to really make it into playoffs. But we'll see with Arctic. Arctic is the other candidate to really make it. It's looking like TL will win, though. Arctic did actually win against Dirt after they forfeited. So that means that they moved to 2-6, and they actually do have a spot, in the making, possibly. You never know. But we'll certainly see. That's really it. I mean, that's the stats show. Please come join Tide League. We haven't really been worrying about members, so of course that means, we haven't really been gaining many members. So it would mean a lot if you guys could come join. We're gonna be hosting a lot more giveaways. Season 3 is gonna be one of a kind, I think. So we'll certainly see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching. I'm your host, Whale Shark. See you in the next one.